Williams, and I'm going to be doing my project is going to be on the geological features of Buckeye Trail, and we're going to be just walking along the trail, and we're just going to talk about different features that I run along into. And this one here is a creek um, that's on Buckeye Trail, and a creek is pretty much just pollutants that run into well, basically when it rains, the water comes out of the sewers and into the drains and stuff like that, and it comes out into the creek. So like if there's any like oil that's on the roads or on parking lots and stuff like that, when it rains, it would go into the drain and then get washed out and come into the creek. Okay. This here is kind of like a little beach area because there's a lot of sand over here, sand and rocks, and usually a beach will form because um, of the buildup of sediment. And once it's closed off, because up here it kind of there's some rocks that kind of close it off a little bit. So a lot of this water will wash up sediment, rocks, and sand and stuff like that, causing or forming a small little beach area. And also there's some signs of creep because a lot of the trees are falling over. Like there's a tree over there that's like leaning all the way down, and it's on a slope, and there's like a lot of just like mud, like a mud wall over there. So that's causing the trees to kind of lean over. And there's even some all the way up there. There's a tree that's actually looks like it's falling over. So here's this like little puddle kind of area over here. And it looks kind of oily, so it might be a lot of that oil that I was talking about earlier that washed up or that washes into the creek because of rain and stuff like that. So it's probably like a lot of that oil going up over here. There's more signs of more creep over here. Yeah, a lot of creep along this area because it's a wall over here, and there's a wall over here. So all of this, everything that's on it is gonna start leaning down because gravity is pulling everything down. So everything you can see, all even these tiny little roots or trees here, they're all leaning down. So anything that's growing right here is gonna eventually it comes down very slowly. It's not like a slide or a mudslide and it comes down quickly. Like a creep is a really slow process. Okay, so here's a close up of the beach. So we walked up a little bit and we found a closer view. You can see the sand right here, little mounds of sand over here. And if you can see, like the water is kind of like being pushed in different directions. So it's kind of being pushed up this way, up towards the sand. So that's where all the sediments and even leaves and rocks and all that is being pushed up towards like kind of like the coast kind of thing a little bit. Um, yeah, it's being pushed up on shore kind of thing. So that's how all those leaves kind of got up there. And then here's a sign of creep, the close up of the creep of this tree leaning over. I don't think it just like fell on its own, like somebody, just had knocked it over or something like that. Obviously, it's leaning on this mud wall over here. You can see a lot of like roots and things like that. So there's actually a couple. Even some of these ones up here are kind of starting to fall over a little bit. Okay, so we found a way that we can actually walk on to the little beach area. So yeah, here's all of the sand I was talking about. Sand and rock, sand and rock, all get washed up, all sediment. Obviously, there's a lot of things getting washed up. So a beach doesn't necessarily have to, be formed with just sand in it. Rocks. I mean, there could be a beach that just has large boulder-looking stones in it, or just rock. It could be anything, or anything other than just sand. I think coming out here was a good experience because we learn about this stuff in class, like creep and beaches and stuff like that, and different sedimentary rocks. But when you actually come out here, you get to see these things up close, and it's just a lot better doing it that way. You actually get to learn more, or actually get to see a visual of what you hear in class. Also, I feel like the research of geology is important because it helps as far as like the safety, like when you build things like structures and stuff like that, and if geologists don't say, don't put this here, don't put that there, and you do it, then it causes all the damages and stuff like that, the homes and things like that, and also it helps people learn how geological features get to where they're at, like mountains and beaches, and people always want to know how do these things get there. And with geologists studying these things, they can they can do this research and tell us how it gets there, and we can answer our own questions as we look up this information. So that's why I feel like studying geological features are important.